welcome back to the channel. And today a quick review for this. This is Blood of Elves. This is the third book in the Witcher series by Andrzei Sapkowski. And now this is the first numbered book because the first two books were kind of prequel short story collections. And the Blood of Elves is the first book to kind of get away from that short story collections, that kind of Monster of the Week feel, and go for a continuous storyline. Now, I will say that some people would have preferred the old format, and I've heard that said before, but I don't think that this really took any of the enjoyment away for me. What you will have to get used to, though, is that it doesn't really conform to some of the norms that we're used to in modern fantasy now. Not that this is a particularly old fantasy series, but it will not have a character breaks for POV changes or location changes. This has very few chapters, and the chapters are very much theme based. So when we have a pivot in the plot, you are more likely to see a chapter break rather than POV or location. So some readers are definitely going to find it disorientating. And Andrzei Sapkowski, he really trusts his readers because he uses a lot of flashbacks, and he will not always indicate those to you. He will do a lot of very sharp dialogue switches on you, and he will not give you, he will not assign those to particular characters. So you really have to be on your toes. He's a very technical writer, and it will almost show up a lot of other newer modern series. He doesn't pull his punches, but you can tell that the writing quality is of a very, very high level. The closest thing I can really give you to compare it to, the dialogue in this has almost like a Discworld style element. It is extremely witty. It does kind of tempt to break the fourth wall to the reader quite a lot, and the character interactions are very, very sharp. I think it's something I wish I saw more in fantasy currently. There were certainly moments or certain characters that pull that out in Song of Ice and Fire, but a lot of other series that I've read recently, that kind of almost screenplay-esque character dialogue is often missing. This has it, but what it doesn't have, it doesn't build to a real ending. It doesn't build to a cliffhanger even. This book just ends. It doesn't. It's really building a story. It's building a background for future books, and you can tell. And I know that a lot of people have leveled this criticism at this book, but it was never not entertaining. The richness of the characters, they're so three-dimensional. I found that I was flicking through the pages extremely fast. It's only 315 pages. It's about 100,000 words, so it is quite a short, sharp hit compared to a lot of other fantasy novels. It's not been much of a drop off in quality for me. I understand the criticisms, but for me, this landed just the same as the others. I'd actually give this a 4.2 out of 5.